Guys, welcome back to the Gaitana. My name is Abby, and today we're going to be doing our weekly sacral textual healing tarot pull for the week of July 9th to the 16th. I hope that last week treated you guys well. It was a week that was kind of all over the place for me specifically, but I hope that you guys, had a good week. I feel like July has been kind of like a weird roller coaster, but I mean, it's still Cancer season, so I'm not really surprised that it's been kind of emotional on days, and then like it's just weird things that needed to be addressed. So yeah, I'm not really surprised, but let's get right into it. So messages for the week of July 9th to the 16th of July for sacral healing. The first card, this is a card that jumped out already, which is a 7 of Pentacles in reverse. So 7 of Pentacles in reverse definitely has to do with planting a seed but waiting for it to happen. But in reverse, it could be impatience, or it could mean readdressing something, because we have so many retrogrades coming up. Like this summer is just like retrograde life. So because we have so many retrogrades, we might that might be something that we before planted a seed about, but then decided that that's not something that we want to continue doing. So we kind of moved that intention away. Maybe that's what the beginning of the week looks like for us as far as healing goes. Because you see, one of the things that I would like to say about goals is that when you set a goal and intention, this is something that we talk about in the spiritual community a lot, setting an intention, setting a goal. When you do this, you kind of have to see them as personal contracts to ourselves, because we are setting an intention to get something done, or to get something, or to manifest something, or to get, like, if it's a love intention, if you want to bring more love into your life, or if it's specific to a certain person, for example, then that our whole emotional intention then becomes about that person. So it grips them in an energetic way, like us to them. And so then what happens is that when it comes to a point where you kind of figure out that that person was not necessarily meant to, stay in your life, but was more of a lesson, the intention, the original intention of, oh, but I like really have really deep feelings for them, I think they're the one, I think they're my like soulmate, I think they're like twin flame, all these terms, I think they're all these things, like they just don't know it yet, like I just need to get to that point and all this stuff. The problem with that is that because we already set all these expectations, which seems like they are expectations, but they're intentions, they're mental contracts that we're like, oh my god, I could treat this person so well emotionally. Like you plant all these seeds, like all of these pentacles that are underground are seeds that have been planted, that are like, oh my god, all these things that we could do, we could travel together, we could get a house together, we could have kids, like whatever it is that you like thought about. It kind of gets reevaluated into, oh, this was a lesson. And then some people have a hard time accepting that something is a lesson. And that's not always fun, because a lot of people cannot realize when things are lessons and when things are meant to stay in your life. And I say this as a very Saturnian person, because I have a stellium in Capricorn. We are very much we like to plan, and this is another reason why Capricorn is the way they are, because of that Saturnian nature of building foundations and liking to plan things before we just jump completely into it. We like to just dream up and make these kind of intentions and stuff, like, oh my god, if you just let me take care of you and stuff like that. But because we have the Saturnian already nature, we can also clearly see when something is a lesson as well. So we can build up, it's kind of like working with the energy. You can build up the energy to be and manifest it as whatever way you want it to be. and build it up and make it beautiful, like that Neptune and Pisces, just make it beautiful type of thing. But then after you come to the point where Saturn comes in and he's like, nah, this is a lesson though, you kind of have to accept that and then let it go. That's kind of what that is. The Nine of Swords came out as well. So to me, it seems that there's something like that that kind of is going to be occurring for this beginning of the week, where there is something that needs to be released that it was meant to just be a lesson, especially with these retrogrades. If you have not seen my retrograde video, I would recommend seeing my retrograde video, because I go pretty much in depth of what retrogrades are, why they're relevant, how they really affect your chart and like your transits and stuff. And it's really important just to understand what retrogrades are, because they're many things. A lot of people fear them. It's actually a great opportunity to readdress past things, and it's like past intentions. Okay, when the planets are direct, you're moving forward, correct? So forward intentions, you just keep continuing moving forward. But then when they retrograde, you really need to just be like, oh wait, hold on, let me just turn back and then see what I'm carrying. Think of yourself as if you are on a horse and you are traveling across the lands. And while you're traveling, you collect stuff on the horse that will help you, that will for food, whatever the case may be. But then there comes a point where you need to stop, because you've already have too much stuff on the horse. So if you want the horse to continue to move healthily and take you wherever you need to be, you need to readdress what you're carrying. And this is when we get into the healing aspects of this. The next cards that came out was the Knight of Wands in reverse and the Ace of Swords. So I feel like I kind of explained this with everything I said early. There is something that we will be healing from this week that we set an intention for, but was actually a lesson. This is harder for some signs to get through than others, because there is a stubbornness to some signs, but also it's just, I know it's hard, and it's at this point human nature to hold on to things and to want to grasp and just hold everything so tight. But the problem with that is that we lose the aspect of ourselves that needs to continue to learn and absorb and better ourselves when we hold on. I am speaking to fixed signs directly when I say this, because fixed signs do this pretty well. But then there are fixed signs that are specifically built to transform in their fixed nature. So, and there's like contradictory like energies about it too. Like if you look at Scorpio, if you look at Aquarius, I will be talking about this when I do the separate sign videos. But there are contradictory elements where you want to stay fixed, you want to stay holding on to the thing, but then how will you grow? How will the other thing grow? How will that opportunity keep growing for you? And to talk about a little bit about what the reading was last week, because last week it was really about the word getting triggered. And I know the word triggered is also a trigger for some people as well. And it's not the easiest thing to go through at all, because it always, when you get triggered about something, it requires healing. So if last week we were triggered about a specific thing that needed healing, that needed to be addressed and absorbed and let go, and then so we could continue on, and this week we're being a little bit stuck in our feelings or stuck in the mental exhaustion of it, because that's really what it looks like to me, especially with the Ace of Swords in reverse. It's like not clear on it, not seeing that it's a lesson, just seeing the pain of it, seeing the aftermath of it, and like being very much kind of drained a little bit from it. The next card is the Three of Wands, which is good. This is going to be towards like the later part of the week where we'll come out of this energy. Looking at what it was and looking how we're going to move forward now. So that's kind of hard. There's going to be some things this week that we're going to have to work through. I'm going to pull one more card and then I'll get to the other deck. Oh, I always forget to mention this in the beginning. I'm using the Venera deck and then the Tarot Sexual Magic as well. Okay, a couple of cards came out actually. The bottom of the deck is the King of Wands and the Ten of Cups. Okay, so we have the Five of Pentacles, the Magician, hello Mercury, the Sun, and the Knight of Cups. So I definitely think that it's in relation to something love related or something that we romanticized, because we can romanticize things that are not love related. And that's why they kind of stay hidden in our sacral space, and it does not make it fun later to deal with. But the good thing is that the Magician and the Sun is there, especially towards like the rest of the week, to help us transform this Five of Pentacles energy to being emotionally in a better place with the Sun and the Knight of Cups. That is a good thing. Towards the end of the week, I feel like when it starts getting into the weekend, everybody just kind of lets loose a little bit, because the way society sets us up, like our week looks like we all hate Mondays, even though we shouldn't hate Mondays. Mondays is the day of the moon. Like, we shouldn't hate Mondays. It's a very emotional time to do a really, really cool work, actually, if you follow the planetary hours. But we hate like the beginning of the week. We're all waiting for the weekends. Like, I always hate that society does that. It makes us hate literally our lives up until the weekend, where we can just do whatever we want, and it's just not the way to live life. But that's another video. But towards the end of the week, there will be kind of a push to being able to see how we can transform this energy, especially with the Magician card. That's definitely Mercury playing some games too, and I'm not really surprised. But the way that the planets are set up right now, and with the retrogrades happening, there are things and like areas of healing that we'll need to take chances on, especially because if we hold on to them now, later when it gets to Scorpio season, because I always mention this, when it gets to Scorpio season, the energy will be too much, it will be too heavy. Instead of it being about the other aspects of Scorpio, it turns into, no, you need to transform, you need to allow healing, you need to, like, it'll be like super in your face, like Pluto will be like right here, like, fight me. And that's not necessarily fun to have Pluto in your face, like, fight me, because he can be fun, but not under those circumstances. So really transforming this energy and allowing us to see from the Three of Wands to the Five of Pentacles how it was a lesson. And then the Magician takes his power back. Ooh. And it fell. Hold on. Okay. Whew. Oh, Eight of Cups. First card out. That's actually a pretty good thing, because that's leaving emotional baggage behind. It could also mean acting on emotional baggage, but let's see how the rest of the cards come out. Because I feel like, ooh, okay, the whole thing just came out. Bottom of the deck is the Three of Swords and the Ten of Swords. I love this deck. It's so beautiful. Okay, talking about Scorpio season, the Death card. It's very much a vivid card, isn't she? Yeah. Then we have the Three of Cups, the High Priestess. Oh, that's beautiful. Strength. So the Sun and Strength. Cool. Okay, Nine of Cups. Queen of Wands, Page of Cups, Ace of Wands, and the Ten of Cups. So it's actually a very beautiful reading. And just a reminder of the eclipses that we're having this month, because just July is just like bursting with eclipses this month. We have a lot of really intuitive energy, especially with this High Priestess card. It's like really standing out to me. This week is very much allowing, again, for transformation to take place, especially with death and this Eight of Cups. There's something that's being left behind. There's a lesson it needs to get processed as a lesson. And if we tap into our own High Priestess energy, and we could also figure out that it's a lesson through other people, through talking to others, especially with this Three of Cups energy. It could be some, like, you just need to hang out with some friends, and then something that they'll say just will, like, it'll just click. It could mean that there was a third-party situation as well, and that itself was a lesson. Because a lot of times, sometimes those situations are lessons within themselves, especially if the whole time you were getting, like, your intuition was like, you know that this is happening, you see this going on, you have a feeling, like, your intuition's like talking to you when you were ignoring it, and then it kind of ended up blowing up in your face. That's something that happens a lot with third-party situations, with this kind of combination, the High Priestess and the Three of Cups. It's very much like this was in your face, and you kind of ignored it, and you thought it was going to be this because you kind of started off with the Seven of Pentacles in reverse mentality, like, oh, I planted all these seeds, and, like, this is how I saw us, and whatever it was, it didn't turn out that way because the seeds that were planted were not necessarily meant to grow into something. They were just meant to be an experience. Strength of the Nine of Cups has us through the middle of the week, leaving with kind of a more healed ego. And that's actually good because, again, we're working to heal sacral energy. So that's actually good, especially with the Queen of Wands coming right after that. Like, we're working to heal sacral energy. The Wands rule that sacral space. So it's really about, and then also Scorpio rules that sacral space when we're talking about astrology. But it's really about accepting this truth from whatever the situation was and really coming up stronger. That's why we got the Magician. That's why we got strength, literally. High Priestess as well. Strong intuition. Like, you'll never doubt that you're that space again. Like, why would you doubt yourself? Also the Sun. Especially because we are about to go into Leo season. That is definitely coming through, and it's going to come in very strong. Very much Wands, very much feeling good. That's that Nine of Cups energy. Very much feeling good, very much, it's kind of taking a break from kind of learning a lesson to have fun. And I kind of love this because, to me, that's always what Leo season is about for me. It's very, I mean, some can say it's superficial. I don't really think it's superficial. I really just think it's just about enjoying your ego, enjoying, I mean, you do all this work throughout the whole entire year, and then you wait, everybody's just waiting for summer to come through. Then summer comes with Cancer season, which is like one of the most emotional signs of the whole entire zodiac, which is the first emotional sign. It's the first sign that addresses emotions from the entire zodiac. So we're out here like waiting for summer to come. Then you have to address your emotions first before you can have fun. And I did say this a couple of readings back. It's really about going into this Leo energy feeling good, because Leos don't like to not feel good. That's kind of a really simple way to put it, but that's really what it is. Like, Leos don't like not feeling good. I'm a Leo rising, so I can kind of speak to this a little bit. I mean, I don't like not feeling good. I like doing things that I want to do. I had a whole argument with my boyfriend this week because we were going to dinner, to my friend's dinner, for his birthday, And I was like, I want to wear heels. And he was like, no, I'm just gonna wear a t-shirt and jeans. Like, come on, don't, like, just it's just gonna be like a dinner. I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be a dinner. I want to wear heels. And like, we got into this whole argument because I was like, don't tell me what to do. Because it's true, I want to wear heels. Like, that's that Leo rising, like, do what you want, look good, feel good. And while that looking good aspect, we, like, Leo energy really masters in looking good way before Libra. Sorry, Libras. Way before Libra, because Leo comes before Libra anyway. They master the art of feeling good and emotionally being like, good, I look good, I feel good, I'm gonna do this and this makes me feel good, I'm gonna do stuff that makes me feel good, I'm gonna have fun. Like, that's just what it is. We're doing all this healing work so Leo season could be lit. And this is why we have the Ace of Wands, the Ten of Cups at the end. We're going into it so we could be lit, especially with these retrogrades. You're telling me that if with all these retrogrades, you know, hold on to all this shit, so when you get to Leo season, you're kind of pissed because you can't allow yourself to have fun because you're still pissed about shit from before. When Leo energy itself, it is the sun. It will not allow you to feel. It's kind of almost like Taurus season, but put on blast. And I say this because Taurus season is super chill. But Leo season is like, but we need to be out here. We need to go to the beach. We need to go to the pool. We need to go to the movies. We need to, can we go on a date? Can we do stuff? Like, let's go. Like, let's do things. Let's experience stuff. Let's go to a park. Let's, like, just sit and just chill with the sun. Like, let's do things. Like, there's stuff, like, you have to think of it as cat energy. They do whatever they want to do. And cats don't stay mad for long. They just keep it moving. I mean, I think that's why they're, like, their memory is like so short, because they like have a 12-second kind of memory. But regardless of that, like, there's still just kind of the aspect of letting it go so you can have fun and so you can do whatever you wanted to do, and do stuff for you. This is like, Leo season should be known as a huge self-care, self-love month, because that's what they want to do. They just want to love themselves. They want to love others too. Like, that's just how it is. It's not a difficult concept. And so this energy is coming in to kind of shake us up of all these things that were lessons that we need to just, okay, you were lessons, cute, okay, bye. And then now, go shopping. Like, do stuff. Like, towards the end of the week, be like, do stuff for yourself. Go shopping. Retail therapy is a thing. I've worked retail for like 12 years. Retail therapy is a thing. It's actually a very, like, it's crazy how it is a thing, but it is a thing. Go shopping, treat yourself, and I'll explain kind of quickly how retail therapy is a thing. When you go out shopping, this is, and I like to see it as like instant manifestation for some reason. Like, you go in and you're like, oh, I kind of would like a really nice shirt, or like from before, like a month ago, you saw something really cool and like online, and you were scrolling through Pinterest or something, or Instagram, you saw this really cool top or this dress or whatever, and you kind of like put that in the back of your mind, not understanding that was itself its own intention or something. And so you go shopping, you go into whatever store, and you kind of find something either similar in style or around the same concept, or something like it, because your mind is like it's like a vision board. And so you kind of put all these things in your head that you kind of like, and then you kind of brush it off later, and then it'll come when you're shopping, you'll find that thing, and it'll be an instant manifestation and satisfaction because you can have that thing within that time. So that's kind of how retail therapy works, because you're getting instant, like, satisfaction of the thing that you wanted. You see it, you try it on, it looks gorgeous on you, you're like, oh my god, and then you like freak out, boom, you buy it, and then you get to wear it later and you're like, oh my god. So it's literally instant feeling good. There is a therapy and I guess spirituality to it. It's just, a lot of people can't see the kind of mind games that retail, like, companies do with it, but whatever. But still, do it to make you feel good. Go out, go, like, whatever it is. Like, I have like my own routine when I want to treat myself. It includes doing yoga, drinking tea, going to my favorite spot. Like, I go to Soho and I go to my areas, and I go into some shops, I'll buy myself one thing, I'll do whatever, and I'll go to Topshop, I'll go, like, I'll be around, I'll go to my tea shops, and I'll literally do that every time I just want to feel good. My yoga studio's right there, I'm good to go. And it's not a bad thing. It's just not. It's not a bad thing to treat yourself. And then after I do it, I feel great. I go home, I relax, take a shower, or take a bath, and then I just had a very wonderful day by myself. And it's always something that I do with myself. I could do it with others as well, but it's something that I do by myself. But if I wanted to hang out with others, I could also still do that, and it'll still be fun. Actually, some of my friends wanted to go to archery, which I want to do, so that's something that's probably going to come up towards the end of the week. For me. But yeah, do something that makes you feel good, that makes you feel like you're just having fun towards the end of the week. Like, if you've been doing the work anyway, for healing this, then you're fine. Just go back into the magician energy and do stuff that feels good. Like, don't block yourself for these things. And that was my feel good dance. The sun like tried to jump on just now, and I just like had to laugh. Okay, first card out is Mercury. I'm not surprised about this because we did get some swords that came out. Venus and water. Also not surprised about this. I'm not surprised about like Mercury coming out first because there's a lot of mental stuff that we're doing this week, especially with this Nine of Swords upright, the Seven of Pentacles. There's a lot of sword stuff that we're addressing, a lot of mental stuff that we're addressing, and that's why the Ace of Swords came out in reverse, because we need that clarity. We need to be able to let go and address these things, because there's so much other good stuff that's going on, and I really do like that more cups came out this time. Because it is Cancer season, so we can actually see how deep those cups go. But it's good. Like, the water energy is not a bad thing. We do need to feel good because Cancer also does not like to feel bad all the time. It's just that they get put in situations where they're not appreciated and then feel bad. Then they have to like remember the times that they didn't feel good because other people didn't take care of them, because other people didn't see their value. Like, there's always stuff that Cancer needs to be like, wait, why don't you see this? Like, you should see this. Card that came out was Leo. That was cute. And Capricorn, which we've been talking about a lot. I honestly feel like I've been put on YouTube to talk about, to re-talk about Capricorn energy because a lot of people give it some weird slack. So, Venus. This Venus and Leo energy kind of, I feel like, goes hand in hand because just as Leo just wants to have fun, Venus also does that. That's Venus energy. Venus wants to enjoy life. It wants you to enjoy life. It's the energy of enjoying life. So, it's really about that. And it gets towards the end of the week that, like, Mercury going into Venus, process your thoughts so that you can enjoy. It's really what it is. And when you process all this water, then you're able to enjoy your own fire. And then you can go back to replanting again. Because Virgo season is also coming. That's another one. But again, Capricorn energy, that's Saturnian lessons, understanding it, learning it. Just let it go. Take it from a Capricorn. Understand what was a lesson and don't hold on to it. Capricorns, and I've said this, like, the cardinal signs take the elements and take a lot of the characterizations and attributes of the other signs that they lead, because the cardinal signs lead the other signs as well. So they can be stubborn like Taurus. They can be perfectionists like Virgos. But they also know when it's not helping them and when it's a lesson. Is that Saturnian thing. And I'll talk about that later as well when I do the solo videos. But I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. I hope you guys have a good week. Just really quickly, some updates before I go. So 2 things. I am having a half-off sale for all of my services on my website, including all astrology readings and tarot readings as well, and all of my products. And I'm also having a free online workshop for the Lunar Eclipse in Aquarius. It's called Freedom and Healing Through the Lunar Eclipse in Aquarius, and I'm really excited. It's gonna be 2 hours, and the info I need to put on my website, but the link I'll put down below as well. It's free tickets basically, and there are donation tickets. If you do the donation tickets, I will send you the like itinerary for what we'll be doing 5 days before the basically the whole video, the eclipse. And so basically what it will be, I will be doing a ritual. It'll be I really kind of wanted to do this because it's gonna be like an online ritual, and I'm excited because that's so Aquarius. Like, it's like such an upgrade. Like Uranus, like, you guys have been doing rituals like in the forest, like together, and with like, nah, let's upgrade that. Let's do technologically upgraded rituals. So this is gonna be an online ritual. It's gonna have a 30-minute meditation. There's gonna be Reiki healing, distant Reiki healing that I'm gonna be doing, and I'm gonna show you guys how to fix basically a candle, and it's gonna be an uncrossing ritual spell. And I'm really excited to do this work with you guys, just because I feel like that eclipse is gonna be heavy. Mars is not there's so much stuff happening that day. Like, the energy of frustration on a social level, because that's kind of the problem. There's so much stuff going on politically and socially, and like, it just, Aquarius energy is not here to hear excuses about why we're still tolerating all the things that we're tolerating. It really wants to upgrade the energy and see it and be better as a society, like, and just put that energy out there. So this is meant to be an uncrossing spell to break any and all old social contracts that we have made to society, so then that we can heal from it, because it's been not fun is the words that I'm going to choose. It just has not been fun. It's been very annoying having to just sit back and look at what the government, what people just do to other people through it, just in the world. It's just been very hard. And so I've gotten to the point that I'm just like, yo, we all just need to come together and do a ritual and put the vibes out there that no. And that's what I'm gonna do. So I hope you guys join. It's free. So there's free tickets, and then there's the which are called water bearers, because Aquarius. I was being cute. And then there's love donations as well if you want to donate. And if you do the love donations, you get the list of ingredients and what you're gonna need. So you can purchase it before, so you can be a part of the ritual. If you want to just be there for free, that's totally cool. You will just not have the information ahead of time, so you could just like improvise and do your own thing. If you wanted to do that, that's totally fine as well. And yeah, if you guys want to do it, the link will be down below. And yeah, that's it. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.